All right, next play. We got Indy, which is for ISO Jet RPO. I do want to say, um, Indy and Jacksonville have the opportunity to be confused with each other just because they both have Jet in the name. In order to distinguish the two, one is ISO Jet RPO, the other one is Jet Whip. So one obviously starts with I and starts with J, but getting you to remember the difference between the two may be a little difficult. So I'll try to point out some stuff that can help you distinguish one from the other. Because that'll be the next play after this. But for now, Indy, ISO Jet RPO. So it is RPO. This can just be a run play. Truthfully, we'd like to come out in this and see how they defend it. Maybe just auto try to go to the run element of it the first time through, and then get a sense of what they did on the back end to react to it or whatever. Did they even notice that there were routes behind it? Stuff like that. But what we have is we'll have the H coming in jet motion, right? We'll snap the ball in a timing to where it could be going to this H, right? A couple things are gonna happen. Number one, this is a good play to get those coverage tells that I was talking about earlier, because we're gonna see what the defense does. Does this guy kick over and he jumps down? Does he run with him? Is it man? If they just bump and slide type of thing, because mind you, as he goes here, they're probably predicting, okay, that's gonna lead us to having trips over here. So if it's zone, we may just see a slide take place where he replaces the mic, he slides over, similar to what we did on Elite a couple plays back. But what we'll have, if it stays, a couple things can happen. If it stays in zone and they don't bump over, a lot of times this guy will just be really aggressive at the line. They may even coach him to just blitz, to just fire off the edge there. Or maybe it's man and he ends up here. We snap the ball and he just tries to shoot at it here. So we're really keeping an eye. This is who we're reading here. And it doesn't really matter zone or blitz, but I'll start with the green here. This is who we're reading, right? We're seeing what he does. So, boom. Ball in the belly to H-back, we're keeping. We're out here. QB, we're out here. First guy that has to deal with you being the nickel. Now, when we get the ball to here, if he's already on our face, we now have two options. We could shovel it inside immediately to the center, or we can pitch it to the Q. If the center's there and ready, go ahead and shovel it to the center. I mean, he's the deeper guy. Go ahead and get it to him, right? If the center's taking long to get out of his break, or it's clouded up here, whatever, easy pitch it to the double. The double could get out here, buy a little bit more time. Maybe by then the center did come open, or can even get it to one of the deeper routes as our secondary play. So, but we're reading this guy. Before though, we got to take a peek. We got to take a peek, because if this guy sees jet away from him, and then with his eyes sees this option coming at him, there's a chance he just hardcore crashes here. He shouldn't, but there's a chance that they do, and we gotta rip this fly past him anytime that happens. Now, if we line up and this guy's super off, we'll probably adjust this to a slant, because to be honest, I've seen, when y'all run crown package and stuff like that, I've seen y'all have a lot of success where you'll bring these two out here and you'll actually have a slant coming across it, and you'll hit that with a shovel sometimes. I've seen Zach do it a bunch. I've seen Jimmy do it against us and other teams and stuff like that. So much like on Elite, where we have a call to change what that X does once he's isolated. Because same as elite, he's going to end up isolated once we motion the H out of here. So the same thing applies where we can have different tags at the end of this to tell the X what we want based on what he gets. And it might just be something where there's nothing that needs to be said. If they're off, like if they're back, be it zone or man, if they're like super soft and off, you know, do the cutoff shallow option. If they're anywhere near, you know, in your face or up enough to get past them, just go, right? Because at worst we're clearing out. This becomes Y cross again from the backside, much like what we had on shallow cross with the Z from the receiver. Y cross is anytime, like I said, Y cross is anytime you have on a sideline a go route to clear it out and a deeper crossing route from the backside, replacing the space vacated by the bailing corner there. So we've got, and that's basically all this play is. Like this isn't a passing concept in and of itself. This is actually one of those freestyle plays that we come up with for, you know, our athletes to, you know, playmakers go make a play. And I personally cannot wait to see y'all fuck people up with this, because I know it's gonna happen. This is gonna be a Zach or a J.I. running with Bryce. Again, first guy in face, we're making a read, we get it to the double. Imagine a world where, you know, QB steps up, pitches it. By the time this guy sees a run threatening the line of scrimmage plus a pitch, do we think he's still on this fly? I don't know. We'll have to see, right? But I mean, there's a world where we pitch this here, this guy's gonna band it, and we're letting, you know, Zach or J.I. is letting that fly up the sideline. And then, like I said, even if not, we've got basically, you know, a fan coming across at all three levels. Somebody's gonna be open. It's just a high-low spacing deal, you know. So one of those targets at those depths is gonna be open. If I had to put, again, this is technically a run play, right? But if I had to put a progression to it, we're peeking here, not a true one, because it's just like a peak. I might even just write peak. Well, fuck it, we'll leave it at 1. 1, we'll call this the 2, because our eyes really do have to get here quick. Our eyes got to get to this defender quick. We'll call this the 2, because it's too easy to be there. And then, you know, we're not even going to distinguish 3 from 4. We're reading high-low, what's open here, whatever, right? Really easy. So, again, motion, fake it, immediately threaten the nickel, get a sense of what the nickel's trying to do. Is he worried about, you know, doing his job and getting wide and taking care of the pitch man, forcing you back inside to the rest of the defense? Is he just standing flat-footed out in the flats, kind of like trying to drift over and meet you as you cross the line of scrimmage with the ball? You know, whatever he's doing, we have a move, we have a place to go with the ball off of that, right? Yeah, so again, doesn't really change zone versus man. And like, I guess if anything changes, just be alert. Like I said, in a man situation, you would think every time this guy's just going to go across to be here, there could be a situation where he creeps, we snap the ball, and, you know, the guy's right here, he may try to do like an undercut situation and be somewhere we don't expect him. Don't know if they would or wouldn't. I mean, the smart thing is to trail over the top. Secondary play, I mean, we kind of already said it, you know, because it's an option. But secondary, yeah, would just be if the double, you know, got it out here, we would have a deep sideline, we would have a shallow sideline, and you know, we really don't need to cut this off per se, unless it feels like we're just running into coverage. But I guess for shits and giggles, we'll say this, right? Shits and giggles, we'll say that. But what we definitely don't want is for all 4 of us to all be here, right? So it'll be something we'll have to feel, and we'll see how wide, you know, what the width ends up. And this guy may end up trailing super far behind the Y. We'll have to see how it plays out, but we got to keep our spacing good on that to make it work right. Fire drill. What do we got? Fire drill. There's no fire drill on this. To be quite honest with you, this is a run play. It starts as a run play. And again, there's not gonna be a scenario where you can't get it to the double. The double's behind you, he's running with you. For somebody to jump the double would be to blatantly run across your face to defend that instead of you. So, I mean, I'm putting this down. There's not even anything to talk about for a fire drill there. Press, good Lord. We'd love it. We'd absolutely love it, especially given the fact that we're immediately, like, if we see that press, dude, I mean, just get the ball, sprint towards that corner, eyes right on him, almost as if you're reading him to you know, as the edge defender from a run sense, and just as quickly as we can try to get him to bite up or be flat-footed, because, I mean, again, our X is taking off snap of the ball, and, I mean, if he's lagging just a little bit in that, we're throwing it past him. So, would love if they pressed here. Also, just because press would invite from this nickel, press would almost invite a scenario where he stands shallow to the line of scrimmage and we can get him caught up in the traffic here away from where we're going in a press situation. And then a blitz, again, it'd be hard. Again, the play starts as a run play, so we're not as stressed out about the blitz factor of it, because the QB could just manipulate it to where he gets more vertical, attracts both of the rushers, pitches it wide to the double, and we've already defeated the blitz already. You know, like they both QB occupied them both. We pitched it out to the double, and he's got choices. So not too hard to counter the blitz with this one. And we'll see it pre-play. You know, there may be no safety, there may be no mic as they're presenting to. So that may also just jump out at us, of like, you know, hey, we could actually just catch this and throw it right here. You know, it is an RPO. You have the option to throw it immediately, right? So, yeah, so we're good against the both of those. Not to say that we would ever, I mean, we might go to this. We might try to single this out against press, if I'm being honest with you, just for this isolation part of it. If we have a matchup that we like, so I could see this making the list of things we like against press. So yeah, there you have it. Indy ISO Jet RPO. ISO Jet meaning, you know, the jet is creating the isolation. Next play has jet in the word. There's no ISO part of it, so just try to Indy, ISO, and we'll just have to find a way to get our brain to move to the Jet RPO. We don't gotta know all these things by heart off the word. I mean, that's what the wristbands are for, you know. If there's a call made at the line, like most of the staple ones, we're gonna know in our sleep. We're gonna know flood front to back. We're gonna know. You know, we know elite. We're gonna know dagger front to back. We probably don't need to look down at the wristbands. This is one of those sort of unorthodox calls. I mean, it's an RPO. It's something we kind of constructed on our own. So, in an instance where we call this, ain't no shame in taking a second, look down at the wristband, get a little refresher of what it is and what it means and stuff. But I'm telling you, I got high hopes for this, just because I've seen what y'all have done in the crown package stuff. I know how we get when we can get, you know, two eligible passers on the move in an option scenario, and they have to defend QB1 passing it, QB1 running it, QB2 passing it, QB2 running it, as well as all the shit, you know, going on behind them. Just put defense in a bind, make them have to think quickly, right? So that's us. Indy, ISO Jet RPO. Never really wrote the rest of that, but fuck it. Yeah, that's us. Next play.